If you need any My Team grinds in any mode, hit up my boy Witty for safe, reliable, and the cheapest grinding services around. Hit him up on Twitter. You won't be disappointed. Yo, what is good, YouTube? Welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are doing episode number 20 of I Build Your Team series, where I build my viewers' teams into the best teams possible for my team showdown. Whatever you might be playing, just help you build the best 10 to 13 man lineup that is absolutely possible. So before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 40,000 subscriber mark on the channel. What am I saying? I upload every single day, more My Team content than anybody. I am the most consistent content creator you're gonna have on this platform for this type of content, and really appreciate all y'all's support, man, because the channel's been doing great as of late. All-star content's been awesome, and I appreciate y'all's support a ton. So with that being said, without further ado, let's hop right into it. And first team today comes in from my boy Dukes. Now he has more MT than 140k, because I know he had a bunch of stuff selling, a bunch of stuff like just hanging on the auction house and stuff. So he is going to have probably, I don't know, 300-400k or so, but he is looking at Cade, J Rich, LeBron, Jaren, and then D-Rob, as well as D-Wade, and he doesn't really have a backup shooting guard, and then X-Man or Eldon, Dirk, and Derek Lively. Realistically, this is the type of team where if you have 300k MT or so, you need a couple things. Number one, you need another shooting guard, and honestly, it's just not worth spending that much on a shooting guard when you can get a guy like Bilal Coulibaly for 20k, 15k MT, however much he is. He's not very much at all. That's who you should buy backup shooting guard, and then pick between X-Man. Actually, he could just run X-Man and Brand. I probably would run both of them over Dirk, in all honesty. X-Man at the 3, Brand at the 4, and then you could use another center. I would realistically pick up a pink diamond Kristaps Porzingis if you could, or if you don't want to spend quite that much, you could go diamond Alex, or sorry, pink diamond Alex Sarr. One of those two at the back of center position, or it could be even the starting center. In all honesty, if you wanted them to be, would probably be what I'd look to be upgrade at that center spot. But realistically, you buy Bilal, you buy a center, and you're cooking. In all honesty, like, this is a really solid team, and yeah. He's got his team looking pretty darn good. Second squad today comes in from GH Season. Says he's gonna have 200k after a few things sell. He needs a backup power forward and a starting small forward. You know what else you need is to make some more MT, and easily, first and foremost, I will say, if you see this video and you need MT, which is probably everybody wants more MT, you need to go make sure you try your very best, even if you're not a good online player, whatever the case may be, to get that 5-game win streak done. Because that is a guaranteed, if you just exchange it for badge packs, over 250,000 MT from completing the badge, from completing the 100 overall event card and that win streak. So that's a good way to make more MT. But with that being said, for this dude, he can make more MT just by selling Paul George and replacing him with Coulibaly. Like, that's an incredibly easy upgrade. In all honesty, that's kind of a no-brainer in my opinion, like, because they're pretty much the same card in terms of how good they are. I don't think there's a huge difference between the two, and it's going to save you a ton of MT, which gives you the flexibility to look around and potentially get other cards at other positions. Now, the honest truth is, with Sarr is probably his best bet as a backup power forward to replace Dirk. So if you're looking to do that, kind of like the first team which looked at, I think putting Sarr back at power forward and then picking up another center, a guy like Kristaps Porzingis, would probably be the way to go, in my personal opinion. I would swap Bilal in for Paul George to save you a bunch of MT. Use that MT that you save, which you really won't need that much, but get a Kristaps Porzingis center position, and then you would also consider trying to find a small forward upgrade. If I were you, I do think that is a good idea. Michael Beasley would be the guy I recommend price-wise, in all honesty, just because guys like Braun, Giannis, KD are going to be more expensive. I think Michael Beasley would probably be the way to go for this team. But if you were to pick up Beasley, you were to pick up Bilal, you were to pick up KP, you were to sell Paul George, you were to get that win streak done, you'd have more MT than you did when you started. And just team's going to be looking better. That's probably what I'd be looking to do with this squad. Third team today comes in from Overthinker. Says he could use all the help he needs. He has everything being free or budget, pretty much. 500k MT. So you need point guards first and foremost. Your point guards are not good. Your small forwards, shooting guards, not bad. Centers, it's okay. Realistically, point guard position, Stephon Castle and
Is there another really good budget point guard that dropped this weekend? I know Stephon Castle's kind of the guy, pretty easily. Like, I think he is the no-brainer choice for a point guard upgrade for an affordable dude who's really, really good. Backup point guard, though, isn't quite as easy. They didn't drop like a second incredibly elite budget point guard in this drop. But there are several of the pink diamonds that you could potentially try, guys like Cason Wallace, Brandon Pajemski, players like that, to see if you like those cards. And if not, you could always just go with like a diamond Lonzo Ball or something like that as well. He's incredibly cheap and still good, but a couple point guard upgrades would be a good place to start. If you do have next gen, I would definitely get on next gen and try to get that win streak done, because then you could add like a guy like Jason Richardson to your lineup using that 100 overall piece, and he would be a big upgrade at your shooting guard position. I don't mind Koulibaly at the 3 at 6'8", to be totally honest. Other cards that I would consider targeting, though, I mean, if you need a center, like maybe Zach Edey's a good option. He's another guy I haven't recommended instead of KP yet, but you could pick up instead of KP, who's going to be similar in terms of making an impact at that center spot. So Edey would be a decent option. KP again would be a decent option for this team. Guys like that are the other cards that I'd probably be looking at to make upgrades. In all honesty, the main spot that you got to upgrade is that point guard position, and then you can work on some of the other stuff after that. Getting that win streak done to make some more tier to get J Rich as well would be a big recommendation of mine also. So next team comes in from Chris, says he's got 600,000 MT, most cards are unsellable, and he's looking for a few upgrades this weekend. Donovan Mitchell and John Morant, you also need 2 new point guards. Havlicek and Eddie Jones, you could probably use 2 new shooting guards and all. Well, you have Franz. Honda's not bad. I don't know. Larry Johnson, I don't love. Dirk and Embiid is fine. KP and D-Rob is actually fine. I'm totally good with your centers. That is, your centers are chilling. What do we want to do here? My thought is you could kind of pretty much scrap everyone in your point guard through power forward position, 1 through 8, except for Franz Wagner. But that might be a little hard to do. If you can get that win streak done, I would probably get J Rich. First and foremost, with the first 100 overall piece, and the second one you could use to get badge packs and stuff like that and to make MT. But J Rich is your starting shooting guard. Franz off the bench is a good place to start. Small forward position, if you wanted to get Buzelis and either like Jeff Green, if you want to go cheaper, not Buzelis. Well, Buzelis is pretty expensive right now. I don't know if I would recommend paying for Buzelis. If his price drops, he's probably the best of the pink diamond small forwards to get. But as of right now, I do think he's pretty expensive, so I'm not sure I would actually recommend paying for him. But Bilal, I think I would recommend paying for. I do think he is actually worth it when it comes to that budget small forward spot. So you have Franz and J Rich, you're chilling. So then just get Bilal at one of the small forwards, and then the other one can be, if you want to pay more, you could go with a guy like Buzelis. If you want to pay less, you could go with a guy like, I don't know, Jeff Green maybe would be a decent option. Shooting guard, you're looking, well, power forward, you're looking at maybe keep one of Dirk and Embiid, and the other position pick up Sar would be kind of what I'm thinking. Shooting guard, like I said, is J Rich and Wagner, and then point guard, probably again Castle should be one of them for sure. The other one is the question mark at the point guard position. Again, it's kind of, do you want to spend more MT and pick up a better but more expensive card, because you're kind of going to start running out of MT at this point. I think you could look to get like Levine from the exchange, wouldn't be a bad option. Again, Lonzo's a good option as well. Picking up an Opal Levine or Opal Cade or somebody like that off the auction house also wouldn't be a terrible idea if you want to consider that. Giving you a few options there, and hopefully those help. You can figure out which one you want to do. Next up, we got Godly's team. Says he's got 50,000 MT, willing to sell cards if you think it's necessary. Most of his cards, to be fair, are not sellable. J-Dub looks to be the only one, and Stephon Castle looks to be the only sellable cards on this team. Now, getting Dr. J unsellable is really nice. Big Z and Dayrob are his centers, which I don't mind. AD and Şengün at power forward, I also don't mind, but well, I guess that's Jaren's unsellable as well. Şengün being sellable makes me want to sell him. And J-Dub, just put Elton Brand in for J-Dub. I'm telling y'all, that Elton Brand card is good, y'all. Like if you need a small forward, use Elton Brand. In fact, the last team, he should be using Elton Brand at small forward. By the way, type in that lock code, use that Elton Brand card. He is a card that can benefit your team. Sell J-Dub, put Elton Brand in there. That's going to make you some MT. Get that triple that park win streak done, and then use that one specifically just to make MT. You could get J Rich, he'd be nice to upgrade, but you need the MT more. You sell J-Dub, you make all that MT. All of a sudden, you're going to go from 50K to 350K. And like, To me, that's a no-brainer, basically, is my thought process. Y'all might not totally agree with me, but that is definitely what I think is the best strategy realistically. And because he can have the exact same team with 350 KMT tomorrow, you know what I mean? He sells that Shingun as well, and he can make even more MT, you know what I mean? Like, if you like Shingun, keep him, though. I don't have an issue with that. He's a good card, and you do need another power forward, but you could also just throw Jaren in there. Your Diamond Jaren as your backup power forward, you'd be totally fine. Like, overall, look, this team's not bad, but this team, the most important thing is you need MT to build towards the future, and that's where the win streak comes in for a team like this. And a guy like Elton Brand, people just don't seem to be running him as much as I thought they would. He's good. Y'all should be using him. And then finally, final team today comes in from Bravo. He's got Levine and D-Wade, Artest and Strother, LeBron and X-Man, Haywood and Kemp, and then Dwight and Jared. The biggest thing this team is missing is honestly size. And I think the biggest way you're going to get size, he only has 120K. You first and foremost got to get that win streak done. And I would realistically, even with only 120K MT, you could use J Rich for sure. I think I would probably be getting J Rich with one of those 100 overall event cards, and then you'll still have one Opal event card left. Maybe do some challenges if you can to try to get some of the other event cards and stuff that are free, and then get the second win streak on Monday and use that one to make MT. But then you can have J Rich at shooting guard, which will be an upgrade, and then also you can use that MT at that point where you'll have over 350K MT to maybe pick up a KP at the 5 or an ED at the 5 or something along those lines. Again, that's probably what I personally would be targeting. SAR would be an upgrade at the 4 as well. You could also just slide Dwight to the 4 if you do pick up a KP. Something like that would be what I'd be recommended to do, though. And hopefully that does help you out as well. So that goes for everybody. Make sure y'all taking advantage of this win streak this weekend, whether you're using it to get J-Rich, whether you're using it towards Magic, who you might already have pieces for, especially if you spent some money already this weekend, whether you're using it to make MT, whatever the case may be, make sure you get those win streaks done the next 2 days. Those will help you stack MT and help you build your lineup in different ways. And I hope y'all did enjoy the video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. And I appreciate y'all. Peace.